Hello, I want to talk about intelligence. It is such a misunderstood concept. We all tend to think of intelligence as a measure that we get when we're at school, when we're doing our exams. If I do well in exams, then I must be intelligent, and if I don't do well, then I can't be intelligent. And that relative positioning that we got when we were at school is often sticking with us throughout the whole of our lives. But the ability to do well in exams is only one part of intelligence. It's a useful skill, a really useful skill. But it only measures the ability to retain information and then regurgitate it in an exam. Real intelligence is far, far more than that. Common sense is a great measure of real intelligence because common sense is the ability to make connections with different parts, different facts, different concepts in our brain and connect them. And sometimes our common sense is not actually very common, and we can put things together that others can't. That's one element of intelligence. So is the ability to be visually creative. Some people do brilliantly in art, in photography, in interior design, but don't necessarily do well in exams. Others are brilliant at writing stories. They've got ideas incredible ideas, and they can write them down. That's another form of intelligence. Then there's those who have business ideas or marketing ideas, and they put together ideas and they think, oh, here's something that could solve a problem over here. That's also intelligence. So look at what you're actually doing. And then think about your own perception of your own intelligence. And do bear in mind that often the guy or the girl that was at the top of the class in real life doesn't do anything like as well as those lower down. So let's stop, let's rethink. And it's important that we do, because when my self-perception of my own intelligence is lower than it should be, it lowers my self-esteem. It means I'm less likely to have a go at doing something because my confidence isn't there. And it's also likely to reduce my competitiveness. And one of the things that's great about competitiveness is it often finds intelligence, it often finds ideas, creative ideas, that wouldn't appear without that element of competitiveness. So stop, think through your own subconscious perception of your own intelligence and ask, is it right? Is it fair? I've been in meetings sometimes when I'm listening to someone talk and I'm thinking, he's far more educated than me, but he's talking a load of rubbish. How often does that happen? Because I was thinking wrongly about my own intelligence. And maybe you do the same too. So don't think about how educated you are. Think about your ideas, your creativity, and rethink your self-esteem. Put it in a new box, in a new area. And maybe if you're ready for it, then I would suggest you start thinking about having a new plan for life. You're going through the Zing development process now, which is supporting your cerebellum and supporting your hippocampus, and it's giving you all sorts of possibilities that maybe you didn't have before. So if that's beginning to happen, rethink your intelligence, but also think about a plan. Many people at this stage of going through the program think that it's about time they developed a more aggressive plan, a more ambitious plan for the future. And there's a wonderful friend of mine called Brian Main. He does things called goal mapping, and it's helped tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of people achieve goals they wouldn't have otherwise achieved. Look him up, Brian Main. Main is with a Y, goal mapping. And have a look at that, because when you rethink your intelligence and you stop having those limiting beliefs about yourself, all sorts of new things can become possible. And I want for you to have the greatest life and get the most out of this program. So I hope this has been of some use to you. Go away, rethink just how bright you really are. All the best.